In this video, I'm going to be showing what's new in case 15, which I have alongside us here. You can kind of see the frame of it a little bit. So yeah, this one's big, so I'm not in my usual recording area. But I didn't look through this case before I started to see what was new, so I'm going to try and find something that's been newly added to it and other things away as I go. So the first new title in here, I believe, is A Most Violent Year. I think this one stars Oscar Isaac, who was Poe Dameron in Star Wars. Then we have Mother's Day. That's a really funny movie right there. Then I got another copy of Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. This one's official as opposed to this one. Then I got the 2-disc unrated version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. What else? The Mule. The Mummy with Brendan Fraser on Blu-ray. I have spaces to triple format the entire Mummy series from that one up through the Tom Cruise Mummy, which I recently got the Blu-ray of, which came with an additional DVD. So I have 2 DVD copies and the Blu-ray. And let's see. I don't remember if I showed my Munsters stuff. Fortunately, all 12 discs associated with the Munsters show 2 seasons, 6 DVDs each. All look the same, so I can show one and put the rest away at the same time. So here is season 1, disc 1. All 12 DVDs for that show look the same with that red design, just a different disc number and season number. So there we go. And then I have Rob Zombie's Munsters movie right there. I already showed all of my Muppet movies, I think. I've got quite a few Muppet movies. Put those away. I already showed that one, that one. I already showed a lot of these before, which is good because it kind of makes for a little bit of a shorter video, but at the same time, maybe not, because I'm having to look through a bunch of these instead of just turning pages like I would with other cases. So up next is The Namesake, which I watched kind of recently. I want to say I watched it in March of this year, 2025, and I thought it was interesting. It's about a Indian family from India, those Indians, and one of their and the second generation of the or third generation of the family, the grandkids, it has grandparents, parents, and then grandkids. The grandkids of the family don't really understand Indian heritage because they were raised in America, and so it causes some family controversies. I think you put that in here wrong. 1 second. No, I did not. Okay. Anyway, up next is 2 horror movies on the same disc with Stranger with My Face and The Deep Sleep right here. And then a 4 horror movie collection with The Collective, Butterfly Dreaming, The Nameless, and The Night Listener right here. Even though those discs are blue, they are DVDs, not Blu-ray. And I have spaces for Blu-rays of each individual title there. So I'm going to go ahead and take out part of the next row of discs because I do the same thing when I'm sorting. I try and have to help me keep track of where I'm at, I guess. So here we go. I already showed these. Then we have Bombers B-52, which is under N for Natalie Wood, because Natalie Wood is the star of these next few movies. Cash McCall, Splendor in the Grass, Gypsy, Sex and the Single Girl, the lighting in here causes glares, just like in my regular recording area. Then we have Inside Daisy Clover, and National Lampoon's Movie Madness. In case you haven't noticed, we've finished up with the 6 Natalie Wood movies. Then we have Natural Born Killers Director's Cut. DVD for Nerve. Previously, I just had the Blu-ray, but then I got another Blu-ray DVD combo that had both discs in it, which I was happy about. I've already shown a lot of these ones because I don't think there's a whole lot that's been recently added to this particular case, but I'm not sure if I showed this disc or not. This one has White Zombie, The Devil Bat, The Bat, The Last Man on Earth, and House on Haunted Hill. That's an older version. That's how many we just went through that I already showed before. Bunch of spaces for format upgrades. Then we have a 2-movie zombie collection here with Night of the Living Dead and Revenge of the Zombies. We have a similar looking disc with Oasis of the Living Dead, which when I put it in, it actually says Oasis of Zombies, and White Zombie again. This disc is red, where the other one was yellow. Then we have Lady Frankenstein, Dead Men Walk, The Rites of Dracula, which I have several copies of, so it's going to be coming up again. The Terror and Silent Night, Bloody Night, right there. Spaces for a Blu-ray of each title. Then I'm not sure which horror classics are on this disc because it doesn't say. And then we have She Demons, Bride of the Gorilla, Attack of the Giant Leeches, Moon of the Wolf, and Sound of Horror on this monster movie disc. Show them over here, there'll be less of a glare. Anyway, moving on, we have Night of the Living Dead and The Devil Bat again, and more unspecified horror movies, with one space for a Blu-ray of the disc, if I can even figure out what titles are on there. And moving on to the next stack of discs here, we have try and find something new that I haven't showed before. Night Owl. Night Owl, I think, is a horror movie, and then I don't recall if I've shown these ones or not. Noah on DVD and Blu-ray. And I got a regular DVD of Nonstop, other than my rental copy, which is limited in its performance because it's a rental copy. Already showed these ones. Actually, hold on. I think I more recently than the last time I did a video got Now You See Me Extended, a Blu-ray version, as well as a Blu-ray DVD combo of the original, or the second one, I mean. There's that. And then, let's see, what else is new here? A Blu-ray for Ocean's 8, which looks like the DVDs, so I'm not sure why I just showed that one, but I did. So, I have spaces to triple format all of the Ocean's movies. Here's Ocean's 12, which I got a new copy of as well, or an additional copy, I should say. Same with Ocean's 13 right here. Those ones back. This next column is going to be pretty tall, so I'm going to take out part of it for right now. And then I recently got a Blu-ray DVD combo for London Has Fallen. Still want to try and get the 4K combo version eventually. Then we have The First Omen. Then we have a 2-disc DVD version of the original Omen movie. I already showed the Blu-ray in a previous video. Then we have a DVD for Omen 2. Damien. I already showed the Blu-ray previously. Then we have a DVD for Omen 3, The Final Conflict. Only a DVD for Omen 4, The Awakening. and then a DVD for the Omen remake right there. I show the Blu-rays for those as well, but I did that in a previous collection update video because I've had the Blu-rays for a while. Let's see here. That's about it for this particular column. But we're not even halfway through the case yet, so yeah. Now I can take out this column. Okay, so continuing along the way, I've already shown those. I have a 2-movie Blu-ray disc for Open Water 1 and 2 Adrift. Right there. Still haven't been able to track down the third one on Blu-ray or DVD. Preferably both at the same time, both formats. So I have spaces open for that. And then I have a space for a DVD of Origin, Spirits of the Past. Pretty good original anime idea, I think. That's interesting. It has the Blu-ray and the DVD logo on here. And let's see. Then we have The Other Woman. Should be called The Other Women because of the way the plot of the movie unfolds. Anyway. Then we have 1987's Overboard. I already showed the reboot or the remake version from 2018. So here's Over Her Dead Body. That one was really funny. I enjoyed that one. Let's see. Then we have Paddington and Paddington 2, both of which were Blu-rays that I added more recently to my collection from the last time I did this. And I have 2 spaces to get Paddington in Peru. I have seen it. It was pretty good. It's cute like the first 2. Then we have Paranormal Activity 1 on Blu-ray. Glare. Anyway. Let's see. Then we have Paranormal Activity 2 on Blu-ray as well. There we go. As well as the third one here. I think I just have the first 3 on Blu-ray. Yeah. Although I can show Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, because I don't think I had that movie last time I did this. I think I just had the first 6. I did have this one, 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the Devil Inside the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Very long title. I'm pretty sure I did have that one last time though. Oh, right. Okay. Then in between the last time I made this video, or this video on this case, and now, I guess, I've gotten a 4K Blu-ray 3D and regular Blu-ray combo for Passengers 2016 with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence in it. So I'll show the Blu-ray 3D, and the 4K discs. Here's the 3D one, regular Blu-ray, and the 4K there. Then I got a Blu-ray extended cut for The Patriot. I think is a Mel Gibson movie, if I'm not mistaken. Then I have just a Blu-ray so far for It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And I have a Blu-ray DVD combo for Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. And a DVD Blu-ray for Charlie Brown Christmas. Right there. And I already showed the Peanuts movie, or this Peanuts movie Blu-ray and DVD in previous videos, but I just showed them again. So, let's see. Then we have A Perfect Getaway right here. The Perfect Stranger. Another Perfect Stranger. I think I like the first one better. Pet Sematary Bloodlines on Blu-ray. It's a prequel to the other ones, so that explains its placement. And then I have an alternate copy of Pet Sematary, the original. And I do have the rest of them, but I showed them previously, so the reason I pointed out an alternate version of the original was because I showed another version last time I did this. I just pulled out the next row here. Then I got a Blu-ray DVD combo for Pete's Dragon, the remake. The DVD looks the same as the one I showed last time I did this, so I'm not going to show that one again. Let's see here. Got a bunch of versions of Phantom of the Opera, but I think just this one is new from the last time I did this. That one I think is from 89, or no, 98, my bad. It's one of the two R-rated horror movie versions. Let's see. Then we have Piano Guy's Wonders, which came with a DVD version, or with some of the music videos, I guess. I've never heard of a music album doing that until I got that one. Then we have Piano Guys Uncharted and Piano Guys 10, Disc 1 and Disc 2. Excuse me. And then I can show these next two discs. The Pink Panther Classic Cartoon Collection Volumes 2 and 3. I had the first, or Volume 1, when I did my last collection update videos last year. And then we have Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, Mega Piranha, Beneath Loch Ness, and 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea here, all on the same DVD. Then we have Maniac, which I watched recently, Piranha, The Little Shop of Horrors with Jack Nicholson, another Night of the Living Dead, original one from the 60s, and Carnival of Souls right there. Attack of the Giant Leeches and Piranha again. Some of my horror bundles have a lot of crossover. Then we have Piranha Double D, which I have spaces to triple format. Then we have a 2-disc Blu-ray version of Pirates of the Caribbean 2, Dead Man's Chest, Disc 1 and Disc 2. I think Jack Sparrow looks a little scared there. It's when he's being chased by the cannibal people. And then we also have a Blu-ray, 2-disc Blu-ray version of Pirates of the Caribbean 3 At World's End right here. Here's the first disc, and the second moment, and that's the whirlpool type thing near the end, or near the end of the boss fight, basically. Then we have a Blu-ray of Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Supposedly, there's a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie coming out soon, but I'll believe it when I see it, because I thought 5 ended it pretty well. Then we have a Blu-ray of Pixels right here. I just had a DVD previously, so I had to show that. And Blu-ray for Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes DVD. We have Poison Ivy 1 and Poison Ivy 2 Lily. I previously had this version. And then Poison Ivy 3, The New Seduction. I haven't been able to find the 4th one yet. 4th and last, I believe. A bunch of these I've already shown. now we're well, about 2/3 of the way done, because I've got 3 sections that have stuff in them instead of all 4, because this 4th compartment section is empty. Anyway, I just dropped a sleeve, which isn't something I would say with my regular binders, because in order to drop those, I would have to physically remove them from the case itself, like rip them out permanently, and I'm not going to do that. And then we have Ponyo from Studio Ghibli on DVD here with a bonus disc. Then we have Devour, Population 436, and Candy Stripers. The outfits of the Candy Stripers look like candy canes, like striped candy canes. That's where to get that name from. They're weird monster nurse people that kind of like zombies almost. Then we have Incubus, Wind Chill, and The Cottage. 3 other horror movies that came with the last 3 I mentioned. Then we have Power Rangers SPD. All 5 discs look the same. This is a Shout Factory release. I have a space for a DVD of this next title, which is Playback. Then we have a Blu-ray, a space for a DVD and 4K combo for Prey, the Predator movie. Kind of a Predator origin story, sort of, because it's set way in the past, whereas most of them are set, I think, present or in the modern time. Then we have a Blu-ray of the original Predator, and I want to triple format the entire Predator franchise. So here's a Blu-ray of the second one and third one. Then we have Presumed Innocent, which I think is a Harrison Ford movie. Prince of Persia, the Blu-ray, Sands of Time. What else? A DVD for the original Psycho, another franchise I want to triple format the entirety of. I have Blu-rays for 2 through, or for the first 4, and then a DVD for the remake, which I won't show because I've already showed it in previous videos. So let's see. And I found a DVD for Public Enemies, which is kind of a gangster mob boss type movie. Showed all my Purge movies before, so I can put those ones all away. Puss in Boots 2, The Last Wish. Which I hope isn't the last Puss in Boots movie, because those two movies are pretty good, just like the Shrek movies are. And I got Blu-rays for the Rambo series, which I'm not sure if I showed them before or not, so I'll show the Blu-rays. I also got DVDs of them, but I know I've already showed those. Here's Rambo 2 on DVD, or Blu-ray, I mean, and Blu-ray for Rambo 3. Blu-ray for Rambo 4. The Blu-ray for Rambo The Last Blood, that fifth one, looks the same as the DVD, just a little bit darker. Side by side comparison. Another franchise I want to try in triple format is Rambo. Then I have a Blu-ray and a 4K for Rampage now. I remember I used to play Rampage at one of my friend's house a lot on the, I think it was on the GameCube or something. Much older game. We're almost at the final stretch. I'm taking out the last section. We haven't finished the previous section yet. I was just taking those out. In preparation. Then we have Raya and the Last Dragon. Excuse me. Which my dad and I watched a couple months ago. We both enjoyed this one, so I'm glad I decided I want to triple format it. Yeah, and then let's see. I got this one with my DVD of the original Psycho, and that is Rear Window, another oh, why am I spacing on the guy's name? Alfred Hitchcock movie. There it is. There you go. Space for Blu-ray saved. I don't know why I spaced on Alfred Hitchcock. Moving on. I don't think I've gotten any more Resident Evil movies since last time I did one of these videos, so I can put all those away right away, or without showing them. I heard there might be a new Resident Evil movie coming out soon, which sounds kind of cool. I've seen the original one, but it's been a number of years, so I'll have to go back and rewatch that in order to watch all of them and hopefully have them make sense. Because I don't know what the continuity is like in that, if the events of the first movie feed into the events of the second and so forth. Because some of them are CGI, some of them are live action, like CGI animation type things, where it looks animated. Then this disc I need to replace because it doesn't work in any of my systems. I tried it in my 4K player, my Blu-ray player, and on the PlayStation 5, and it didn't work in any of them, and that is Rest, Stop, Don't Look Back, right here. Yeah, I don't know why that didn't work, but it's annoying because I was wanting to watch that a while back and couldn't. Then we have Righteous Kill right here. Oh, come on. Sleeves like to fall down, not stand upright in the case initially. Sometimes. I already showed all the Ring movies from the Ring franchise. Let me show these. Then we have a 2-disc DVD and 2-disc Blu-ray for Season 1, Part 1 of Rising of the Shield Hero. The DVDs both look like that. That's the first disc. Second disc looks the same, and the same with the Blu-rays here. This is Blu-ray number 2, or Blu-ray 2, disc 2, but disc 1 looks the same with that same character on it. I started watching that one during my mission, or that series during my mission with one of my missionary buddies, and found it fairly recently on disc, so I was glad to add it to my collection. I want to try and find the rest of the show because I liked it a lot, but haven't had luck with that yet, unfortunately. Then we have the original RoboCop on DVD, RoboCop 2 on DVD, RoboCop 3 on DVD. Last time I did this, I just had the Blu-rays. Then, yeah, I do have the reboot RoboCop 2, and then, as you saw in one of my previous haul videos, I also have a RoboCop TV show that I didn't even know existed that I think is in the same style as the original movies here, the original 3, which means it probably came out around that same time as well. But I haven't gotten around to watching that yet. I started watching Stargate Universe Season 1, and it's pretty good. I like that. Then we have Role Models. Roommates. A second copy of the Roots series about African American slavery during or before Civil War times. Disc 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I already showed both of my discs for Rose Red, and both discs look the same. I think there might be a Blu-ray for that, so I have 2 spaces saved for that guess. Because I'm guessing there's a Blu-ray for it. What else here? Then we have Safe House, which I don't think I've showed before. And that's new in this case. So yeah, that took over 43 minutes, almost 44, to go through this case with its close to 1,000 titles. I would say it's exactly 1,000 because it's a 1,000 capacity case, but it's obviously not completely full because I have a lot of spaces for alternate formats and sequels and whatnot in there. So I actually need to add 3 more for the Predator franchise because now there's Predator Killers of the Killer or something like that, which I need to try and check out because it looks pretty cool. It's an animated Predator movie that retains the rating of the rest of the franchise, with the exception of Alien vs. Predator 1. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next video, whenever that ends up being. I'll probably do another one of these tomorrow or later today because it's only like 12:30 in the afternoon. This was case 15. Case 16 is the same size, so I'll have the same setup next time with the collection update. But yeah, in the meantime, I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.